Hamilton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
Hello race fans, and welcome to another week of V8's America's action right here on V8 Online. I'm JD Smith. With me tonight is Kane Kraft, and we got a wonderful show coming to you live and presented in beautiful high definition. And just want to let you know tonight's race is presented by the V8 Supercar Fan Group, Direct Clutch Services, and V8's Online Superstore. Kane, a long time since we've been over to one of these England tracks. One in particular, Oulton Park. Excited to get out here tonight and get things started. I'm happy to have you here on the show. Let's get this thing rolling.
Yeah, one correction. This is the only show that we are not bringing to them live as we normally do. This one we're going to have to upload it afterward. YouTube's given some big problems. They're just not allowing streams to connect to them very well tonight. So we're doing this one locally and going to upload it afterward. But back to what you were saying about Oulton Park. Heck yeah, man, this is fun. This track, I drove on a little bit yesterday. It drives fantastic. So we're going to see some great racing tonight.
Boy, it's been a long time since I've even seen Oulton Park, nonetheless watched a V8 Supercar race on it. It'll be one of the several English tracks that we visit this season, so very exciting things from Oulton Park. A little bit about the track itself. We will be running 22 laps around the track tonight, so a nice size race. It's in Little Budworth, Cheshire, England. 14 turns, 8 different configurations are run here. That's a lot. 2.69 miles in length. That's 4.3 kilometers, and it's looks like a very fun track to drive in this new tire build. Kane tested it out a little bit last night. Kane, tell us a little bit about how it felt.
It felt fantastic. The car's got good grip. It just drives good here. The new tire really feels great here. And I guess there's a good chance you could have a bad setup where it didn't drive very well. But the setup I was using, which I just used it a Zolder set that I changed the gear ratio on, and it drove so great.
Yeah, it's got a really fun feel to it. I do remember running on it quite a bit, although I don't remember spending a lot of time in the V8 and in V8 Supercar. I actually remember driving the Kia around here, and it was fun in it, so you can imagine adding some more horsepower, and there's plenty of room here at Oulton Park. What do you think the passing is going to look like tonight here, Kane, on this track?
Several really good passing opportunities here. I think we're going to see passing not be a big problem here. Passing shouldn't be an issue at all.
That makes things really exciting. A lot of passing opportunities means a lot of action on the track tonight. 16 car field is what we're going to be looking at, so a nice size field for Oulton Park this week. It's been a wonderful season here in the Americas so far. We're really excited about how things have went so far. It's still really anybody's season, Kane. It's been a fun race, a lot of big talent coming up through the field with these drivers. Got a lot of up-and-coming names that I've been hearing rumors of down in Split 2. We normally get to talk with Jim Davey about it, but, it's just so much things going on in our America's series, and tonight a track we haven't visited in a while. Let's talk a little bit about how things are going to look on the starting grid. It's been kind of a who's who of who gets the pole lately. It hasn't been one or two drivers. It's been pretty widespread, and that's kind of how it is tonight. Bo Kibis will be your pole sitter, and he put up a beautiful time of 1:30.829. So very, very nice from Bo Kibis there in the high-tech Oils Ford Falcon. In second, starting on the outside pole, it will be Tony Ottridge, a name we've heard a lot about lately. He's done a fantastic job in the series. And Curtis Chipaway will be starting in the third spot. Corey Preston, of course, the new KRT driver, in fourth. That's a great spot for him. His teammate Michael Fulcher will be starting fifth. Aaron Hamilton sixth. Leon Tander, he'll be back and starting seventh. Richard Elward will be in the 8th position, with Marlon McMullen, the 2-time champ in the Americas, starting 9th. Cars gridding up now and getting ready. Chris Stone rounds out your top 10. Matt Yeoman's 11th. Graham Filand in 12th. Greg Sharp 13th, Timothy Hancock in 14th. There's another one, Kane. Martin Creamer's the Mad Cow. You remember Martin? And Ryan Shelton rounding out your 16-car field, guys. We're only moments away from the lights in this thing, this bad boy lighting up. So let's get ready for some racing at Oulton Park.
Yeah, the staging lights are on, so we're getting ready to go here.
And here they go, lights up, let's go racing. And they're off, guys. Let's see, it's very important for a good start here at Oulton Park. Let's see how these guys get it. Oh, it's a great start from Bo Cubis. Got a little bit of traffic right behind him with Tony Ottridge. Right behind him in the Dayco, it's Curtis Chipaway in third. Back and forth, it is going to be the KRT brothers, both Corey Preston and Michael Fulcher, newly found teammates. Oh, it's a great start by the entire field, Kane. No real problems from what I've seen so far.
No, things are looking great here. Everybody's got through this first high-speed left-hander right here, which is kind of a dangerous one. Everybody got through here real good.
Instant battle, though, between Tony Ottridge and Curtis Chipaway. Kurt got off to a great start. Kind of ran up on the bumper of Tony Ottridge, had to bounce off, get on the brakes a little bit, and that put him about a car length behind. So watch these two. This is a good battle for second. Oh, we got some side-by-side racing a little bit back right now. It is Aaron Hamilton now on the inside right now of Leon Tander. Leon Tander makes the pass again and rebounds and retakes that 6th place position. So a good pass right there from Leon Tander. Oh, big trouble for the Mad Cow Machine. That's Chris Stone, or no, who was in the Mad Cow Machine, Kane? He hurt, I mean, his car is totaled.
Oh, that had to have been Richard Elwood.
Yes, Elwood. It had to have been. Yeah, that was Richard Elwood right there, and a tough break for him in the Mad Cow Ford Falcon it was. And bless his heart, I feel terrible. I mean, he hit hard. And not once came, but twice. Get a replay on that one, and I mean, he just comes in, hits the wall. The first one is he couldn't get off the wall. He comes across, hits the inside tire barrier, and finally rejoins the track. I mean, that was just a very unfortunate set of events. You know that's messing up the handling in that car. He tries to fix it, runs off the road again. And boy, finally gets back going, so I'm sure he'll be finding his way down pit road. That's exactly where he is. So that's how that starts. Let's check in back with our leader. It's Bo Cubis in the High-Tech Oils Ford Falcon. He's got a nice little lead going right now, Kane. Looks very comfortable at the moment. The pole sitter looking really good. Tony Ottridge back in second in a decent distance, only about a half-second distance between the two. Kurt Chipaway back in third. And Corey Preston trying his best to catch Curtis back there.
Yeah, another great start for Corey Preston, having a great run up here in 4th place. We've seen Corey have a good start several times already this season. Something usually will catch him out a little further on in the race. I'm hoping that he has some good luck tonight and can get through this thing, because he definitely deserves a good finish.
Boy, he really does, Kane. I mean, just so many good races throughout this season, and you know he just deserves it. It's coming.
We got Marlon McMullen back in 6th, a little further back than what we're used to seeing Marlon McMullen, but as we know, he's really been struggling with the new tire, and he's done made some good progress with it in the last couple weeks, and I suspect we'll see him in the weeks to come and making even more progress and getting this tire figured out.
All kind of action all through the field, even a good battle between Martin Creamers and Ryan Shelton in the back of the field. That's the battle for 14th, so you really have good battles all the way through this field right now. It is single file, but like I said, 22 laps tonight. These guys know a lot of racing ahead. It's only lap 3 of 22. Anything can happen. Just get on a good pace, find your rhythm, and let the race come to you. Tell you what, I've been so impressed with Leon Tander. Right now, he is almost caught Marlon McMullen. He had a little slip up right just then, but he has had a fantastic last couple of races. I've enjoyed watching him. He seems to really have this V8 Supercar pat down, and the way that he's improving, at the rate he's improving, you got to expect him to be shooting for top 5s very soon, and then excuse me, wins shortly after. So definitely a big up-and-coming driver here. He's just turned on the heat.
No, I said passing probably wouldn't be a problem here, but as these guys are going around here, I'm not seeing too many places that are great passing opportunities.
I'm noticing the same thing, buddy, and it's funny just because you said that. You know, if you would have said that there would have been no passing opportunities, they'd be passing left and right.
Well, there's just a couple of slower turns here, and I thought, you know, a couple of those slower turns would be good passing opportunities, but you know, not too many of these turns seem too slow for these guys.
Well, I didn't notice it on the track as much as watching it now, but it's a pretty narrow track in certain areas, so that can make it difficult as well when you don't have quite the room to make the pass. There's not really, I mean, there's a couple straightaways here that are nice size. You'd think that they'd be able to try to make a move, but there's a chicane at the end of one of them. There's, you know, which could potentially be a passing opportunity but you have to hit it perfect. That's the thing.
Yeah, and the tire barriers, they're really blocked that one out from being a decent passing zone. You know, a lot of times those chicanes can be a good passing zone, but that one's got some monstrous tire barriers there that block you from getting in on the corner at all.
Yeah, good point, Kane. I mean, that's a very, very good point.
Seeing Chris Stone back in the series. Chris Stone's a driver we haven't seen since the early part of last season, I believe. He's definitely been out for a while, so glad to see Chris Stone back giving the V8Supercars Americas another shot.
Yeah, Chris Stone out there, and if my paint's correct, in the Overclockers Ford Falcon, back there in the 11th spot at the moment, Kane. So just out of the top 10, he's looking ahead to Matt Yeomans up in the number 13 car, and he's not far off at all. So look for Chris Stone to try to crack into this top 10 very soon. Side-by-side battle between Bones and Matt Yeomans. A great run right there from both drivers as Matt Yeomans attempted the pass, but not allowed as Graham Filan slaps down the defensive driving. And a good battle between this Volvo this Belia Volvo, and right behind him, Matt Yeomans in the number 13 machine.
Yeah, Bones having a great race tonight, up in the top 10 and doing well.
Man, I'm so proud of Bones. He has just improved. I feel kind of like he's just a part of us because we have literally watched him grow throughout the time that we've been broadcasting this series, Kane. Over the past 2 seasons, it has just been, we literally have watched him come from a second split driver up into a top split driver that was used to count on getting last place every week, and now look at him. I mean, he's fighting for top 10s each and every week. He finds himself in excellent battles, and I'm just really proud of him.
Yeah, another driver we've really been able to keep an eye on who's reaching that point of just really learning the car and starting to do well is Ryan Shelton. Just had started with us at the end of last season, you know, struggled to keep up with the pack, and he's hit that zone now where he's getting the car figured out, he's able to keep up with the pack, and it's not going to be long before we see him really racing with the pack. He had a good race a couple weeks ago, and I think we're going to start seeing him start doing a lot better.
Oh yeah, he's looking for a pass right now on Greg Sharp, and that he's got that Dr. Pepper livery, and I love it. It's just a cool looking livery, and he's trying to make it well known that he is here as a serious competitor, and right now he's got a good line on trying to get up there with Greg Sharp, so we'll look for that in the near future. But right now Ryan Shelton in the 14th spot. I want to check back on our leader. He's doing really well. Bo Kubis in the 3 car tonight, guys. The High-Tech Oils Falcon out in front, over a 1.5 lead now, almost to 2 seconds. Tony Ottridge and Curtis Chipaway, however, are still at it hand in hand, battling for that second position. Curtis Chipaway just doing what he does best, hanging right there in the rearview mirror. He's not pressing too hard, just keeping a little bit of heat on Tony Ottridge. Just said, hey, I'm just letting you know I'm here, buddy. And he'll wait for Tony to make the mistake. And that's exactly what he needs to do up there. Good job by Kurt. You go back into 4th, and it is the Kamikaze Race Team car of Corey Preston, who I think has had one of the most remarkable improvements over last season to this season, came. he could be considered the #1 driver for Kamikaze Race Team right now as far as performances over the past few race weeks. He finds himself almost a permanent fixture in the top 5, it seems, and or at least the top 10.
Well,
and
his races have started out real well like that, but as we've
he's
seen
had
a
a few
couple weeks ago,
bumps,
you know,
but
hit that incident a couple weeks back that took him out of that contention, but a great race up to that point. So I know that the other Kamikaze guys had a great race last night. I know Fulch took podium, Nigel Bain won the race last night, and Martin Carroll second place. So SDC won too last night down the race, and then Mike Fulcher third place.
that's good stuff, but no SDC drivers in the field tonight. And boy, that was a good run through the chicane by both Tony Ottridge and Curtis Chipaway there. These two still going at it. This is for second place. And while this is going on back here, up in the front, Bo Kubis is just having a heyday, running away with it. Now going to get side by side, Kane, and he's got a good opportunity to pass. He just went a little bit too heavy into the turn. He'll lose the momentum as he has to get on the brakes to catch grip. That was a good opportunity by Curtis Chipaway, just a little too aggressive.
Yeah, Curtis definitely starting to get the tires figured out. Doing a great job here tonight and keeping up with Tony Ottridge very well. Now, we didn't mention the point standings before the race tonight. Do want to kind of run through those a little bit. Bo Kubis is in the lead in the season standings so far. Tony Ottridge in second, and not much separating those two. I'm going to bring it up on the screen here because I can't quite remember exactly. Yeah, less than 10 points.
Wow.
Separate the two. 8 points looks like, and then Jake Burton down in third. Jake's not here tonight. Mike Fulcher's in fourth. Sam Sutton in fifth. Curtis Chipaway down in sixth, and Marlon Mullins seventh. Dave Oliver in eighth. Corey Preston ninth, and Nigel Bain rounds out the top 10. So good close points battle here, especially between Bo Kubis and Tony Ottridge. This is going to be the points battle to watch throughout the season, I think. These two guys here, very close competitors, especially as far as speed goes. And I think we're going to see these guys bouncing back and forth throughout the weeks. But things could change a little bit as Curtis Chipaway starts to get this car figured out. He's been giving these guys a pretty good run for their money the last couple weeks.
Oh yeah, man, it's awesome. I was just getting a little bit of fan feedback. They were wanting to know if we had the race going, and I had to let them know that we sure did have it going, and we'd have it posted right after the race is concluded. But Kane, right now, Curtis Chipaway, I can't take my eyes off of this battle between him and Tony Ottridge. And it's as fun as it is for me to watch these two go at it. Bo Kubis likes it more than anybody because he's just going to continue to ride out. He's increased his lead a little more, so he's almost a 3 seconds lead over these two right now. And right now, Curtis Chipaway is right there with him. I'm waiting for him to go side by side again. Check in on the two-time champ and see how he's doing. Looking back there at Marlon McMullen, currently in 6th place in the Dayco Ford Falcon, member of the Power Bond Racing team. And right now he just is looking as smooth as can be, trying to get up there with Michael Fulcher. You gotta believe that that's going to happen. And if it does, that'll be a heck of a battle for position between those two as Marlon tries to find his way into the top 5. We're almost to the halfway point, Kane. It's lap 9 right now of 22, so we're almost to that lap 11 mark. And once we hit the halfway point, these guys, the aggression always turns up once we get over that kind of have to go. So we'll start seeing guys get a little more antsy with moves.
Yeah, noticing Greg Sharp catching up with Timothy Hancock back there for that 12th position. He's really run that space down. We've seen him a few laps ago back battling with Ryan Shelton. He's left Shelton behind by a second and has caught Timothy Hancock for that 12th place fight.
Oh, good stuff, buddy. I'm sorry, I was getting excited. We went side by side again. Tony Ottridge ended up prevailing again, though, and putting his opponent behind him as Curtis Chipaway. Unsuccessful pass attempt number 2, but he did go for it. Just couldn't get it that time. Yeah, it's fun. We got battles all over. Greg Sharp and Timothy Hancock. So I'm glad you brought those two up. I haven't had a chance to mention Timothy Hancock really all race. He's in the 12th spot, so we'll keep an eye on him. Checking back on Chris Stone. Kane, remember he was trying to crack up into the top 10. He has done so. He's still behind Matt Yeomans, but Matt Yeomans moved up to 9th, so good news for those guys. And Bollins has fallen back to 11th, so he must have had a little slip up there. Still looking good, though. He could regain that spot, really, if he can find that rhythm he had early in the race. Now Tony Ottridge finding a little bit of luck here as he starts. I say luck, that's just straight skill. He was starting to break away, but now Curtis Chipaway is not going to let him run away, Kane. He is going to run him back down. He says, oh, no, you don't. And we are at the official halfway point, guys. I'll do a quick rundown of how the action is. Bo Kibis is in the lead right now. And right behind him, it's Tony Ottridge in second, just as the point standings are. Curtis Chipaway runs in 3rd. Corey Preston is in 4th. Michael Fulcher back in 5th. Marlon McMullen runs 6th. In 7th, it is Leon Tander in the driveline Ford Falcon. Aaron Hamilton is back in 8th. In 9th, it's Matt Yeomans with Chris Stone rounding out our top 10. Graham Filan in 11th. Timothy Hancock is in 12th. Back in 13th, it's Greg Sharp, who is trying to move up one more P. Ryan Shelton back in 14th. Martin Creamers is in 15th. And rounding out our 16-car field in the Mad Cow Racing Machine, it's Richard Aylward. And he is trying to rebound after a tough race start hitting in that barrier on the outside wall there. Boy, Bo Kibis is just looking so good today. He is just out there on a mission and just enjoying himself out there. He's by himself, and when you're out there like that, you really can just focus on the race and racing the track. You're not really worried about what everybody else is doing. You're just worried about what you're doing. And once you get out to a lead kind of like he's got, it really makes it, I'm assuming, a lot easier on him. Some people get out there and they're like, okay, I'm here, I gotta go. But not this guy. He gets out there and he just races the track, and that's what you want to do. Tony Ottridge and Curtis Chipaway are still going at it, Kane. Well, let's see if Curtis Chipaway tries something here. He's kind of gotten, a little bit of a loose end by the hybrid racing simulations. Ford, he gets a little bit shaky through the final turns of this lap, right before starting lap 13 here. He's not going to lose any ground, though. As you know, Tony Ottridge, beautiful at rebounding, so no problem there for him. Kane, you still out there with me, buddy?
Yep, I'm here. I was just trying the YouTube stream again, see if I could get any luck there with YouTube, but no luck, so still going with the local recording for now.
That's fine and dandy. We'll just take it and post it on there, and everybody will be watching it. They'll think it's live, won't they? It'll appear live. Ooh, so close to the tire barriers right there from Tony Aldridge coming into the chicane hot. Good driving though, beautiful.
Mike Folger's now caught teammate Corey Preston, and it's going to be battling his teammate for the 4th place. Marlon McMullen also catching those guys, so Marlon McMullen finding a little extra speed here late to reel these guys in, and I think he'll start putting some pressure on Folger here before too long.
Oh man, he about lost it, Kane. Good save from Marlon McMullen right there. The back end tried to sling out on him, a great save.
Curtis Chipway still battling here with Tony Aldridge, putting some serious pressure on him. Yeah, I definitely want to take that back that I said it might be an easy job to get the pass done here, because these guys definitely struggling to get a move made. Rear end getting a little slippery there for Curtis Chipway. He's able to keep it under control, no problem.
Man, this guy's still going at it, Kane. It's an unbelievable battle between these two.
Sounded like Curtis might have made a little bit of contact with the tire barrier there. Alright, let's check back in up at the front. We got Bocubis up in front. 4 seconds now over 2nd place Curtis Chipway. Tony Aldridge. Oh, Curtis Chipway right there with Bocubis. He was called in 2nd place, but yeah, he's got it. He's got around Tony Aldridge. Curtis Chipway now in 2nd place. Tony Aldridge back in 3rd, and that is official. Curtis Chipway up in 2nd place. That's a great drive by Curtis Chipway. So that puts Tony Aldridge back in 3rd. Mike Fulcher back in 4th. He's got around Corey Preston for that 4th spot. And Marlon McMullen now creeping in onto the position of the 5th place there with Corey Preston. Greg Sharp still trying to reel in Timothy Hancock back there for that 12th position. Graham Filan right up ahead there. Some serious braking there. Got those rotors red hot. He's trying hard to reel in Aaron Hamilton and get back in that top 10. But the real battle on the track right now goes to the 3rd place. Tony Aldridge trying to regain his 2nd place position from Curtis Chipway.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see if he can get it back, Kane. He's going to have to fight just like Curtis Chipway has all race. And this is you just got to give it to Kurt for that beautiful pass. Patience paid off. We're just starting lap 16 of 22, guys, so it's got to happen here pretty soon. Our leader, Bocubis, has about a 4.5-second lead over our 2nd and 3rd place drivers. So all is looking well for him at the moment. Tony Aldridge back in 3rd, trying to regain 2nd. Michael Fulcher back in 4th as he got around Corey Preston, Kane. And now it looks like a good battle between Corey and Marlon McMullen.
Yeah, Marlon's reeling him in there. He's just off the bumper, just enough distance really to where if he could gain just a little bit of speed, I think we'll see a big battle there between Marlon McMullen and Corey Preston. We still got 7 laps to go. That battle will present itself here before long.
Man, Kane, I just found out something really cool. You know, our racer Leon Tander, who's currently driving in 7th place down there in the Driveline Ford Falcon, he's actually related to the V8 Supercar driver Garth Tander.
Awesome.
It's his brother.
Really? I didn't know that.
I just found that out. That is too cool. And maybe that's why he's got all these skills. Oh man, let's look at Marlon McMullen and Corey Preston. Marlon just took a good run at it. Couldn't make the pass happen, but boy, he really went for it. That's going to actually allow Corey to kind of break away a little bit, get a little bit of that space back, so maybe we won't have Marlon breathing down his neck so bad here. All right, guys, lap 17 of 22 race, really moving along now. Not at all a lot remaining. And Bo Cubis out in front. Curtis Chipaway is now in second. Back in third, it's Tony Ottridge. Michael Fulcher is in fourth, with Corey Preston rounding out your top 5. Marlon McMullen rides in sixth with Leon Tander in seventh. Matt Yeomans in eighth with Chris Stone in ninth. Aaron Hamilton back in 10th, and Bones Filan coming up fast in 11th. Good battle maybe between these two. Timothy Hancock back there in 12th, and he's got some company with Greg Sharp behind him in 13th. Ryan Shelton back in 14th. Martin Creamers is 15th. Richard Elward is back in 16th. Unfortunately for him, he's 5 laps down, but still pushing. The mad cow is still ticking.
Yeah, tough start for Richard. That first lap really got him out of sorts, but I'm glad to see him still out there getting some laps down.
Oh, yes, sir. Definitely. He knows just as good as anybody that seat time is valuable, and he's a guy I think that just loves racing, so that's what I love to see, Kane. You know that. I get really excited when guys that may be several laps down and it doesn't look at all promising don't just give up. They hang in there and try to turn something out of nothing, and it's really cool. I love that go-get-'em attitude.
I do too, so long as it's not inconvenient to the rest of the drivers. And sometimes we've seen it before where the driver will go out there with a car that barely makes it around the track and cause a lot of havoc, but this, of course, definitely is not the case.
Yeah, that's the exception to the rule there. We have seen that. You're absolutely right. Guys, just a little commercial during the race. Don't want to miss this upcoming weekend, which is just really tomorrow for us in America. We're going to be having the V8 Supercars Online Premier Series debuting its Week 2 action, and Kane will be heading to the Glen, so I'm so excited. I know you guys want to come out and check that out, as a lot of our V8 Americas drivers have been featured in the first week of action, whether in the development series or in the main group. So it's definitely something you want to check out for you with our favorite viewers that come out and watch our races each and every week. We'd love to have you guys come over and watch the Premier Series as well and support your V8 Americas drivers.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be really exciting. I can tell you that Watkins Glen has provided some of the most intense racing on the V8's online broadcast, so we're definitely in for a real big treat in Week 2 of the V8's online.
Watkins Glen's a special place.
Yeah, that it is.
Yeah, Watkins Glen is just a special track, Kane, and every time, you're right, we go there, it's just amazing how close the action is. Tony Ottridge not giving up on Curtis Chipaway, guys. The battle for second is still on, and it's only lap 19, so we still have a few laps left to go here. And this thing is not over yet. It may be with Bo Cubis, though, with a 5-second lead, but anything is possible. As Kane knows, we've seen it before, haven't we, buddy?
Yeah, definitely. We have seen races that seem like they were, going to go one way, and in the last lap, things changed drastically. And
Kane, speaking of changing drastically, Michael Fulcher has fallen back to 7th now. So he fell from 4th all the way back to 7th. Something happened.
Yeah, I agree. Something definitely happened to the Fast Fulch there as he's lost 3 places on the track.
And Marlon McMullen putting all kinds of pressure on Corey Preston. This is a great battle for 4th place as these guys start lap 20. And this is what it's all about. Race just said, hey, we're going to get exciting here at the end. I'm going to start doing some crazy things as Marlon McMullen, the 2-time defending V8 Supercar America's Series champion, is on it. And he is on the new star of Kamikaze Race Team driver Corey Preston. And Corey's going to drive away. Well, as soon as I say that, Kane, you know what would be good? Let's, we don't have much time left in this broadcast, but let's just go on board with Marlon McMullen, Kane, and take a look from the onboard camera there. And just get a little look. Oh, it's a dirty windshield on Marlon McMullen's Ford Falcon there. Here's that chicane that you're talking about with the tire barrier. Look how close, and Matt Marlon actually taps it twice.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, that's onboard footage right there. Man, you just see him right now. This track has a lot of bumps in it. Really bumpy track, Kane. Big right-hander, trying to get all the momentum he can, trying to use any type of advantage you can off of drafting the guy in front of you on the straights. Right-hand turn here as you are about to close out a lap here.
And this one here is so hard to get the power down on to get going.
Oh, yes, you know it. And right here, the start-finish line as the guys start lap number 21. So next time by the white flag, we'll be waving. And this race will be heading home. Thanks for that onboard footage, Kane. Absolutely thrilling stuff right there with Marlon McMullen. And we got to see him tap not 1, but 2 tire barriers. He was just tapping them because he knew we were on board with him. I'm sure that's what it was, Kane.
Yeah, you know, it didn't seem to do too much damage. He's still got decent pace. Corey is getting away from him just a little bit, but Marlon's still got pace. I obviously didn't take too much damage from hitting the tire barriers, but I'm sure he would have rather not hit them.
In the meantime, while that's all going on, Curtis Chipaway is trying to do anything and everything in his power to make sure Tony Autrich doesn't have an attempt at a pass opportunity. He is trying to start to run away with 2nd place.
Yeah, definitely. He's right at the 1 second mark ahead of Tony Autrich. Showing that he's definitely got the speed here.
Sorry, buddy. I was getting excited. Greg Sharp tried to go side by side with Graham. And Bones is on the move again. Bones has passed Greg Sharp, so now Bones up in 11th position. And these two are going at it. Greg Sharp wants to get it right back at him. These two just exchanged side by side, and they're going to do it again. So good battle all the way back here in the battle for 10th, or battle for 11th, guys. I apologize. Correction.
Yeah, Greg Sharp definitely putting some great pressure there on Graham Filan for that 11th position. Now to the inside.
And this is the final lap as Bo Kubis is making his turns.
Bad luck for Greg Sharp.
Oh, no.
He got loose coming out of the turn, nosed it into the inside guardrail. He has continued on, but he's lost a lot of time there to Graham.
And this thing is about over. Leader Bo Kubis on the white flag lap through the chicane. And this baby's almost over, as it has been a complete domination or dominant performance by Bo Kubis. The point leader will continue to get better. And the high-tech oils here, he only has a few more turns left, Kane. Unless the car engine blows up or tires fall off, this is his race. And now it is just one more big turn, or there it is, buddy. And congratulations, guys, as he comes over the final hill here and makes a left-hander. Your winner at Oulton Park is Bo Kubis. Congratulations, Bo.
Curtis Chipaway will come across in 2nd. Tony Autrich not too far behind there in 3rd.
Corey Preston trying to make sure he beat Marlon a little bit too much on the exit there as Corey will take 4th. Marlon will get 5th, but close. Leon Tander starting to come up there in 6th, and then Fulcher in 7th.
Yeah, Matt Yauman's back in 8th, not too far behind those guys. Chris Stone coming across now, back in the 9th position with Aaron Hamilton rounding out the top 10.
And we get Bones coming across in 11th, just missed the top 10 today. Greg Sharp comes across 12th, Ryan Shelton 14th. Martin Creamers will be 15th, guys, and of course Richard Elward finished 16th. So a good race all in all today. Not a whole lot of passing, but was a fun to see the guys get back out at Oulton Park. It was just a dominating performance from Bo Kibitz from the get-go. A good battle, the battle of the race. We have to hand it to Tony Ottridge and Curtis Chipaway because they literally battled from lap 1 till the end. And the win goes out of that battle goes to Curtis Chipaway, but you got to give it to Tony Ottridge for hanging with him the entire length of the race. Beautiful job by both of these drivers. Another good battle that lasted almost the entire race was actually further back, and it happened between Greg Sharp and, well, one time it was Bones, and then one time it was him and Ryan Shelton. So a lot of good battles throughout the field, but definitely Curtis Chipaway and Tony Ottridge, the battle of the race.
Do want to give a apology out to Bo Cubis. He reminded me last week that I didn't have his team entered in here. I've still got him listed as a privateer. I am supposed to be changing that to say High Tech Oil. And so Bo Cubis, obviously a member of the High Tech Oil team, so I will get that changed. Bo, sorry about that.
No worries, and I'm sure Bo understands, and we will get him fixed there as he has his victory lap and now heads down into pit road as he's ready to go celebrate his win. And that was a fun one right there. 22 laps at Oulton Park, and I wonder if the drivers even know we're broadcasting. I tell you one that we can talk to real fast is Marlon McMullen and Curtis Chipaway. I'm going to bring Curtis Chipaway in here for a quick word, Kane. Let's see what Curtis is up to. Kurt, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. How's things going for you?
Oh, it's going great. That was a good race.
Boy, I just handed out an award. The battle of the race went to you and Tony Ottridge, man. Fantastic performance by you guys. Tell me how it was battling with him the entire race and then finally getting the payoff with making the pass there.
Is Marlon out of gas there, Curtis? I see you pushing him around.
Yeah.
This is one of the few times we actually get an in-car interview, so usually the guys are out of the car by the time we get to talk.
Yeah, it was tough trying to get by Tony. I tried to do it early in the race, but then I thought better of it, and when I finally got my opportunity, I struck and I barely got by him. And once I got by him, I had some clean air to run, and I think I was just a little faster. The car felt great all week.
Oh man, it looked good. It really did. You guys had a good battle up and down. It's been a while since we've been to Oulton Park. What was your thoughts on the track today?
Yeah, this is probably my favorite track on iRacing, hands down.
Oh wow.
I'm a little disappointed we don't have the first chicane, but this layout was just as fun.
It really looked fun. We saw a couple times that chicane was giving a couple of people fits. That tire barrier sticks out there, and I don't know if it's mental or what, but we saw a couple guys tap it along the way, including to your teammate Marlon McMullen. But man, it was really fun watching you guys out there battling all race long. That literally went the entire 22 laps.
Yeah, it was great, and I'm just glad I could get by him. This track is really tough to get past a car cleanly. Like, you can have a dive at any corner, but to actually get through with it is another thing.
Yeah, like when we first started the race, Kane, I'm gonna call you out for a quick second. Kane was like, I think the passing should be no problem today. And then we get in there and it's so hard to pass. And I mean, it looks like a track you could pass a lot at, and then it just looked like it was hard to for anybody to pull a clean pass off. We saw several side-by-side attempts from different drivers, but in the end just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I think the thing is, if you're stuck on the outside on this track, you really have to be like ahead of them, just like half a car length ahead of them. Otherwise, you're not gonna even have a chance.
Of course, buddy. Well, now here comes our race leader, Curtis. Thanks for chatting with us. Hang tight, buddy, and congratulations on a job well done today. I'm going to bring in Bo Kibis for a word with the winner of the race. And Bo, welcome to the Get 30 MX post-race show. Congratulations on your victorious run here at Oulton Park.
Thanks a lot, mate. How are you?
Man, fantastic, Bo. Tell me about how the track was out there today. It looked like it's something you could have drove in your sleep. You had it down pat.
Oh, it was a bit harder than it looked, to be honest.
I'm sure it was a little bit harder than it looked, trust me. But you really looked great out there right from the get-go. You ran out with the lead, and then from that point forward, it was just all you out front.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get a little bit of a gap early on, probably at 2 seconds or so. And then Tony obviously had Curtis all over him in sort of, well, pretty much for the whole race. And when them guys swapped positions, that sort of gave me a bit of breathing space. And yeah, it wasn't until about sort of lap 11 the setup really started to do some funny things. And so I had a little battle of my own, trying to get the car back under control. And after Curtis got himself in front of Tony, I thought, oh, hang on, it's not over yet, because who knows how much speed Curtis really had bottled up there behind Tony. But yeah, I was able to hang on to the gap.
Well, Bo, I must say that you might want to hand out a handshake to Curtis today for passing Tony Autrich, because going into the race, I know that you had a 10-point advantage in the points over Tony Autrich. Y'all were really close for first and second in the point standings, and a job well done by Curtis to pass Tony. So that'll help you a little bit there.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Curtis. And yeah, I haven't really started to think about the points side of things, but yeah, it's good to know I'm in the lead.
Yes, sir. Good to know that, especially after taking a win. So carry that with you, buddy. Congratulations on a very good race.
Thanks, heaps.
And
it seems like we're just getting started in the season here, guys. But after this race, that puts us a third of the way through already.
That's crazy how quickly. That means we're just that much closer to getting our new V8 Supercars, boys.
Yeah, I was thinking that today.
Let's bring in here for another interview. I know we got plenty to talk about. Let's talk with the other Power Bond driver. Let's talk with Marlon McMullen. And Marlon, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. Do you have a copy with us? Marlon, you there, buddy?
Sorry about that, guys. I just got a new headset. It was accidentally muted.
Nope, that happens all the time to us, man. How's things going out there, Marlon?
Yeah, not too bad, guys. How about yourselves?
Doing good, doing good. The broadcast, if you're wondering why it's not live right now, it is live. It's just not on the internet right now. Kane's gonna post it as soon as we get done. He's recording locally, and it will be on soon. But yeah, man, not a bad race tonight. A top 5 finish for you, Marlon, and a good job. You had a really good battles back and forth. You were chasing Corey there at the end, and we saw you battle several different folks throughout the race, and you ran in 6th for the longest time, and then you finally paid off. You got up there in 5th. Tell us a little bit about the race.
Yeah, it was. I haven't really had a chance to do much laps this week, but unfortunately, I've only actually done 3 qualifying sessions, so I don't even think that even suffices for laps. But anyway, went to the race not knowing exactly what was going to happen, and yeah, sat down with like 15 seconds left to go until the grid, and pretty much just went away, made 2 positions before turn 1, and yeah, just slowly pounced on Aaron on the first lap, and then tried to settle into a groove and just try and figure out where I was. I didn't realise I was 6th until the end of the first lap, so I was pretty happy about that. And yeah, slowly started to chip away at Fulcher and Corey, and they started to have a really good battle towards the end. And as they started to, tighten back up, I tried to salvage what I could and see if I could gain as much time as possible and try to latch up into the back of their bumpers. And yeah, unfortunately for Michael, he went off at that near the end of the race, so bad luck for him. But yeah, tried to glue onto Corey at the end because he had no slipstream from Michael, but yeah, he just drove too good, so not much I could do. But yeah, really happy after starting from ninth.
Oh yeah, not bad at all. Good job there. Starting ninth, move up 4 positions at a track like this. That's really, really good job. Tough track to pass on out there. But things are looking good, man. Keep doing what you're doing. We'll move on. And where are we at next week, boys? I'm trying to think where we're at next week. Watkins Glen. Is it
yeah.
Is it Watkins Glen?
I think it is.
Okay, awesome. Yes. Then hip hip hooray. I love the Glen.
Not
And,
a flash track for me, the Indy circuit, but I prefer the boot layout. But that's just a preference.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, my friend. Nothing wrong with that at all. Let's talk with Michael Fulcher real quick and have a quick word with him as he had a great race today as well. Michael Fulcher, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. How are you?
Yeah, thanks, JD. I'm pretty good, mate. Thanks.
Man, fantastic. We saw a good race from you today, Michael. We started the race in 5th and then raced hard all day long. Finished 7th, not bad at all. Top 10 for you today. Tell me about how the Kamikaze Race Team car performed today.
I was driving a new setup today compared to what I was driving yesterday, and the car held on really well for the whole race. Just a couple of little bar adjustments, and that was balanced well for the whole race. Corey, I was just following Corey. He was doing a great job. I was waiting for a mistake from him. It didn't happen until, I don't know, probably about 10 to go, 8 to go. He ran a bit wide, got a bit blocked up coming into the hairpin, so it left me plenty of room. And got up the inside, and I don't know why I took it off track there. That's just a brain fade. Lost 3 positions, get up 4th. But, I'm still happy. It's a good race.
Absolutely, buddy. It was a good race, and we saw a good performance from your teammate, Corey Preston, as well. Both KRT cars look good out on the track today, brother.
Yeah, thanks, mate, and congratulations to Corey. He had good pace, and he held it together. A bit of pressure from Marlon at the end there, and he held it all together, so congratulations to Corey. Great drive.
Speaking of Corey, let's bring him in for a quick word. Corey Preston, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show, bud. How's things going for you?
Pretty good. Fourth place isn't too bad.
Not too shabby, my friend. We just got through talking with your teammate there, Michael Fulcher, had a great performance as well. 2 good KRT cars today, and he said his car felt pretty good. How'd yours feel out there?
Mine felt really, really good. It's nice when team cars don't come together, but yeah, really good race. I was made a little mistake at the hairpin, which allowed him to get through, Fulcher to get through, and then yeah, I was trying to hold off Marlon.
Yeah, it looked like you was having a hard time there, or not a hard time, but it looked like Marlon was putting on some pressure there. You did a great job not letting it get to you, and ultimately a good job there holding on to 4th.
Yeah, I just just pull away from the hairpin. It was pretty good. And he'd be strong everywhere else, and I'd just drive away from him at the hairpin. So.
Perfect, buddy. Well, congratulations, good result. Watkins Glen's next week from what we're hearing, and we really look forward to seeing how well you do out there, buddy. It's been a good year for you, or a good season, I should say. I call it a year.
Yeah, it's well, this week's been really good. I think Road Atlanta was pretty good the last 2 weeks. Probably weren't as good as they should have been, but yeah. Oulton Park's been good for me now, so yeah, I'm happy.
Well, we sure do look forward to seeing how you do out there, buddy. That's for sure. I tell you what, did you get your smoke detector fixed?
I haven't heard it yet, so.
I did.
Oh, you probably hear on my TV too.
I am. It's all good. I just give you a hard time, buddy. It's something just kind of growing every week. Got to give you a hard time about it. But I am excited. Good job. Really good job tonight, Corey.
Thanks.
All right, guys, let's bring in Graham, or as you guys know him, Bones. That's right. Welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show there. Bones, how's things going?
G'day, JD, Kane. How you going, boys?
Oh, doing good, my friend. Tell me about it. Great job out there on the track today. Just missed the top 10. I thought you really deserved a top 10 today. A great job.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. I got a pretty good start and went up the inside of Chris, and yeah, after a couple of laps, I'm in ninth. I went out, I'll get here, and and I made a little bit of a break bias adjustment halfway through there, and yeah, it was a little bit early. I went and braked and it didn't work, and two guys got round me, Matt and Chris, and then I sort of just sat with them for a while, and then Aaron must have had a little off at the bus stop there, and he's come in between us, and then right at the end there, Greg Sharp has caught right up to me with 2 laps to go, and I thought he's got me here, and we're side by side, and we're both sort of sliding there for a little bit, and he's went a little bit too far, which helped me, but yeah, a bit of bad luck to Greg. He would have had me there for sure.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, it looks like each week, Bones, I mean, we just enjoyed watching you grow each week. It's just been a pleasure, and things are really starting to look up for you, my friend.
Actually, yeah, I actually gained a spot, and it was legitimate this time. It wasn't through people falling off the track.
That's a very good point. Bones, who's Jason up there in the...
Yeah, he's one of our
That's going to
teammates.
be
He was in the second split. Yeah,
Jason Dickinson. He finished second tonight in the second split.
yeah, he's going to give you a rundown if you want.
Yeah, let's bring him in here and get him to give us the rundown Jim Davey normally does. Jason, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. How you doing?
Really good, thank you.
Oh, fantastic. I was just hearing from your teammate there. Said you had a good rundown for us on the second split tonight. Just let us know a little bit about what happened over there.
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting race. Off the start, Matt Dowder got good jump and led from word go all the way to the end. I got around the outside of Craig for second at the start, and I'm not sure what happened to him, but he had an accident on the third lap and didn't finish. Next was Adam Harden, who got third, who seemed to be battling most of the race with Brenton, sorry. Then it was Shane Rayner in fifth, Mark Fee in sixth, and everyone else was a lap down. There was quite a few incidents, sort of mid-pack battling and lap traffic.
Sounds like a lot of events happening over there, and so much good talent there in that second split that's going to be in this top split very soon, I have a feeling.
Matt Dower really suits the top split. His pace is just a step above all us at the moment.
Wow, man, that's awesome. And what's that name again for everybody listening?
Matt Dower?
Yeah, Matt Dower. We've heard that name before, haven't we, Kane?
Yeah, Matt Dower's definitely been running the V8 Supercar Americas series for a long time. Definitely a great guy. We can't wait to see him in the top split. There's another driver that will be coming to the top split before long, and new kamikaze driver, I believe we should be seeing. Is that right? Folks, did I see that right? Did you guys sign a new driver?
We did. We signed 2 new drivers. They're in the KRT development team, and I think Dennis Gitarik may be a little bit too fast for a development team. It won't be long and he'll be right up here pushing everybody. And the other guy is Stephen Oldfield. We signed both Stephen and Dennis. Very happy to have them. Welcome aboard, boys.
That's awesome news right there.
Yeah, well, it's good to spread the KRT over various splits, we thought. And I was giving Dennis was in his cockpit yesterday as he was doing a few practice laps, and just noticed a couple of places where he might be able to squeeze a little bit more. And I mentioned that to him. 2 laps later, he'd shaved a full a half a second off his PB. So we really hope as a development driver we can help develop and be up here racing with the boys. Be good.
That sounds wonderful, man. We wish you guys the best of luck there, and your new teammates, man. That's awesome. It's good having development drivers. It just really sets a plan for the team in the future, and we look forward to seeing how that works out for you guys.
Yeah, thanks, JD. We watched them for a little while before we signed them, and the biggest priority that we got in signing teammates is fulfilled straight away. They're both very clean and very respectful drivers, which is more important than winning races to us. Drive away, hold your head high, and let your reputation sort of speak for itself as a clean driver. And that's what we're after, and both those boys fit into that perfectly.
Man, perfect.
Well, let's back to Jason here for a second. Jason, you finished second tonight, so tell us a little bit about your race in and of itself.
My race was just pretty much the whole time was managing the gap. I was quicker than sort of the third battle, but I had no pace for Matt, so I just pretty much gapped myself between first and third, and towards the end I was really close on fuel, so I just backed off a heap and still only had 0.1 of a litre left at the end, so I need to work on my fuel saving a bit.
Well, all in all, second place, a fantastic result there, Jake, for especially at this track, which was or Jason, I'm sorry, I apologize, buddy. But still, fantastic result at a very difficult track to pass on. So, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you up here in the top split real soon, my man. Sounds like you're not far away.
Thanks for that, Jay. Being fairly new to the game and trying to learn 2 tracks in a week, it's been a hard week, that's for sure.
Oh man, yeah, learning this track and 2 new tracks, that's difficult on anybody. One of them is difficult, nonetheless 2. So definitely a good job. Maybe heading to Watkins Glen next week will make it a little easier. That's a track that I think a lot of people know, and hopefully you already have that one down there.
I've been learning that one this week, so I should be good there.
Fantastic. I'll go ahead and warn you, though, there's the guys that really fast there. The majority of the field is so close. The action is so close, and it's just unbelievable how incredibly good the action is at Watkins Glen every season. It never disappoints.
Yeah,
Well,
as
it just feels,
Scops results show, yeah.
Speaking of which, guys, I have a couple things to talk about here on the show tonight on the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show. As Kane was talking to me a little bit before the show, a couple things to talk about is one of the things, of course, we start our second week of V8 Supercar online Premier Series. And that is going to be at Watkins Glen. Cannot wait. And I was telling all the viewers earlier in the show, make sure they show up to support their V8 America's drivers. You guys that go over from our series here and go race there. It's so cool to see how y'all do over there. You represent well, and it makes the Americas look really good. It really does.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Watkins feels so much different this season. I remember last season coming out of the last turn onto the front straight and just absolutely drifting the thing through there, sweating bullets at the same time, just trying to hang on to it through there with a bit of speed. But this season, there's so much grip there. It's totally different.
It's going to be interesting. It's always fun. You got to think. I mean, our first V8s, the first Premier Series race was at Circuit of the Americas, a track that a lot of the guys aren't very familiar with or haven't had a lot of seat time. When you look at the big picture, like a track like Watkins Glen, where we'll be for week 2, a lot of the early jitters will be gone. Guys know what to expect this time. It's not the first race ever in this series. They know what it's like having that many cars on the track. They know kind of who the competitors are. And we go to a track that they know. I think that this is going to be a legendary week, not only just for this series, but for sim racing in this year. I think it's going to be one of the best races of the year when you talk about sim races in the V8 Supercar, or sim racing, period. I think what we're going to it's going to be legendary. And if you're watching the broadcast now, guys, make sure you're not going to want to miss that race. It is going to be the development race will be amazing. And of course, the main race is, of course, it's the icing on the cake. It's the big one. But I mean, it's just going to be unbelievably close. I can't wait to go in there and watch qualifying. Qualifying there is special, especially with the no escape qualifying. That's going to be unbelievably fun. I mean, it's going to be so close. We're going to be looking at thousandths of seconds, I guarantee you.
Yeah, well, after 2 nights of pre-qualifying, there's 30 people sitting outside the top 40, and there's only there's 5 tenths.
Good grief.
From the 30th person to the getting in.
I mean, when you're doing that, guys, that is so close. that's when you're in practice and you're trying to shave off a tenth, that last tenth, and it's just so nerve-wracking. Oh, it's going to be so fun. I can't wait. It's going to be beautiful. Another thing to talk about, guys, another topic to bring up is Kane brought to my attention, and it's a good story. I don't know if you read it on the front page of iRacing, but iRacing is sponsoring Nürburgring 1000, and with them sponsoring that, what do you think the possibilities are we get Nürburgring added over to iRacing?
I maybe the GP track, but I'm not so sure about the Nordschleife.
Yeah, hopefully 0, in my opinion.
I really like the GP circuit.
Yeah, I like the GP circuit a lot. I don't know, a lot of people that know me know that I still pop in the Gran Turismo from time to time to get out there and run some of the tracks that we don't have here on iRacing, and that is definitely one of them. And I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. It's a great track. It's a really beautiful track too.
They haven't snuck in there and scanned it yet, have they?
I believe they have.
Oh, right.
I believe they have scanned it. The rumor I heard they
Someone
had.
scanned it, so.
Yeah,
Right.
The
Somebody
day
scanned
after
it.
they announced that iRacing was going to be sponsoring the 1000, then the car was seen there running the scans on the track. Now, it wasn't the typical iRacing scanner group that goes out and scans them, but it was actually the track had paid to have the track scanned, and so that they can lease that out or sell it or whatever their intentions are. The
They've
track
done it
actually
themselves,
had it scanned, so that may be something they're working on. They're going to
part of the sponsorship
present
deal.
the scan as part of the sponsorship or something like that. So that's why I was thinking we might end up getting Nürburgring as part of the sponsorship thing.
That is a very big possibility, Kane, when you look at the fact that iRacing is sponsoring this event and having their name associated with this track. That usually entitles some type of partnership, and you would think that if you see the name on this race and you hear of the track being scanned, knowing that much, you'd have to think, if not now, in the near future, uh, not far away, we should possibly see Nürburgring added, or at least the announcement that it will be released down the road. So I really do think that is a humongous possibility, and it will be interesting. I know there's people that have a lot of different opinions on Nürburgring. That is also, or Nürburgring, whatever. But we've also heard a lot of people that have mixed opinions on tracks like this. The same, I've heard a lot of people talk the same about Monaco. How everybody that if has any love for Formula One at all wants Monaco, and then you have the other guys on the contrary that say, "Oh, no way, we cannot have that track on iRacing. It will be a SR nightmare. Nobody will run it. It's this and that." And the way I look at it, a lot of people said that it couldn't be done. That was my favorite. It couldn't be done because the graphics wouldn't. iRacing couldn't support the graphics, and I think that's a load of. I really do. I believe that iRacing would make it beautiful and bring it into another level that no other game or anything, any type of racing simulator / game, whatever you want to call it, has ever brought to anybody. So I think that iRacing could pull it off, and I think that it would be an SR nightmare for those that don't know how to drive politely, I should say, I guess. But I think that things like this are in iRacing's future. I think that iRacing is they are the #1 sim racing service in the world, and they know that for them to remain up at the top, they want to have the crown jewel racetracks of the world. And let's face it, guys, these are some of those tracks. We already have Daytona for the oval guys. It's a crown jewel track. We have the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Indy guys. We have the Bathurst for the Bathurst 1000 for the V8 Supercar guys. We have, I mean, you want me to keep going? We have Silverstone. We have tons of crown jewel tracks, but when you think of some of the ultimate crown jewel tracks, one of them, of course, is Nürburgring, and another one is Monaco. Now, we have heard that we're going to get Monza, and I've heard this talk die out as of late. But I know that they scanned it, and I know that they had said that they were going to release it. So I don't know if that's something that we'll see this year, or if that's something that we'll have to wait another year or even further.
I agree. Monaco really, it should be in here. It should be in here. It's really, probably the most glorious Formula One track that they go to, and I've always loved it. I used to run the NASCAR around there in Gran Turismo and put some gripless sports tyres on there and just hang the thing around and try and keep it off the wall. It was so much fun.
Well, the way that I look at it is a lot of people look at it as, oh, it couldn't be used in official series. Everybody would skip that week. I just think that's false. I think that it would be packed out. A lot of people thought that nobody would want to drive Bristol in NASCAR in the Oval Series. And people go all the time. I know guys that get their safety rating up as high as they can the week before because they know they're going to sacrifice those SR points, but they don't care because it's one of those spots that they don't want to miss on the schedule. And I think that if we had a Monaco or, let's just say Monaco because that's a track that I would love to see. I think that if we had it, even if it was an SR nightmare, I think that guys would still race it and love it for what it is.
Yeah, look how bad Bathurst was to start with, but everyone's got used to that, and
right.
Everyone's getting across the top of the mountain now.
Bones, that's probably the perfect response because let's face it, when Bathurst first came out, besides my jaw dropping at the beauty of the track, I couldn't get around it. I really couldn't. I was wrecking into the walls. And I couldn't get down the mountain. I couldn't get up the mountain. I couldn't do anything. And I was saying, how do people drive this track? And now, after spending some time practicing, it's glorious. I mean, it's literally my favorite road course on the entire iRacing service. So, I mean, it's the only track that I think I can drive forever and never get tired of. So I think that it just takes practice, and I think that if we got Nürburgring or a Monaco, that's a very difficult track. I think that the practice would prevail, and we would be able to race it. How fun would that track be in Skip Barber or Star Mazda or of course Formula One, but something like that, man, it'd be so fun. Even the V8s, man, that'd be disastrous, but it'd be fun.
I reckon a GT car around there would be damn fun.
Oh, the BMW Z4. I love my Z4, man. It would be awesome with that. The rough, your GT3 series would be great there. It'd be awesome, and I think it's something we'll see down the road, guys. As eventually iRacing will make the change over to DirectX 11, and when they do so, graphically, I just can't imagine how this sim will look because on DirectX 9, it's beautiful, and you take it up to DirectX 11, and they're running more high res images and graphics throughout. And I think that they could really showcase a track like Monaco or Nürburgring in that new DirectX 11 and polish it up and really use that to advertise. And oh my goodness, it'll look real. I mean, I swear, how many times have you guys watched iRacing or had a buddy watch iRacing and you had that really good frame rate going and you're watching a replay and a buddy's like, oh, what race is that? And then they go, oh, wait, that's a game? I mean, iRacing sometimes will give you that it looks that good. And I think just in the near future, man, the possibilities of what they're going to do is going to blow people's minds. I mean, we're on the verge of having a new V8 Supercar. We're on the verge of having these driver swaps. I think we're going to be driver swapping it up at Bathurst 1000 this year in October, man. I think we'll be doing it. That's right, and no, sir, and the Ford Falcon and the Ford, the Holden Commodores are going to be in the pits, all smoking and blown up, and it's going to be a glorious day for all of V8 Supercars, and oh, I can't wait. It's going to happen, boys.
That will be a very first in sim racing to have the driver swaps like that. That's going to be an amazing feat in and of itself for sim racing.
It's going to be, yes, it's historic. It's going to be a historic day for sim racing, Kane. You're absolutely right. And is the Road Warrior Series, what is the laps they're running for Bathurst? I'm going to look it up.
I'm not sure.
I'm going to look it up right now. And while I'm looking that up, any of you boys, I know y'all have plenty of things you want to bring up this week. I know there's things that are out there.
I just want to clarify my comments about Nürburgring. The GP circuit, I did really enjoy that when I was racing in Gran Turismo. But way back from the Grand Prix Legends days, my battle with Nürburgring began, I guess. It's very scary coming over a crest and not knowing if you're about to turn left or right. I could never learn that track. It was just way too long.
Okay. I was just going to... No, go ahead. Go right ahead.
I had the same problem in Forza. I could never get Nürburgring correct. I could never remember which corner was next. But the GP track, that was so enjoyable.
I agree. GP track is great, yeah, because you really need to know what turn's coming up, left or right. It's quite important.
Yeah, we actually ran a GT5 competition there and the qualifying was the Nordscliffe, and you had to do to qualify for the main race. And yeah, I pretty much learned it after hundreds of laps.
Well done, Grand Prix Legends. Sorry, JD. The Grand Prix Legends used to have a rating system that would take all the 9 tracks I think they had and average your speed amongst all of them to give you a world ranking. And 8 of the 9 tracks I was really good at. In Nürburgring, I was like 2 minutes off the pace, and it suffered greatly for it.
It's a track, you're right. It's something that it's a difficult track, and it's one that you want to continue to work on and get better and better at because it's a legendary track. And you gotta think a GT3 race there would just be magical. I mean, even though it's it's just so many great things. I just found out the Bathurst 1000 is going to be held on October the 10th through the 12th. V8 Supercars, the Road Warrior Series. It's going to be 100 minutes, so an hour and 40-minute race. Not as long as I know a lot of you guys wanted, and but I just got a feeling that something's got to happen with these driver swaps. I mean, yeah, I guess you could do driver swaps and split that 100 minutes into 50-minute sessions apiece for your drivers, or I guess you could do like a 60-40 or something. I don't know how you would do it, but driver swaps, definitely something that's coming, and I'm stoked. And like you said, you have to think, boys, with this new sponsorship that iRacing has with the Nürburgring for that race, for the Nürburgring 1000, you have to believe that it's coming to iRacing sometime in the near foreseeable future. I do want to welcome somebody to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. Jim Davey has just popped his head in the door, as he does from time to time. Jim, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show, bud.
Hey, bud. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. It's great to see you, man. How was things for you today?
Long. It took a while to get off work tonight.
Okay, I was wondering where you were at, and we had Jason come in and give us an update on the second split. Fantastic job filling in for you. Jason did a good job filling in for you, Jim. But we're happy to have you now. A couple things we were just talking about was iRacing sponsoring the Nürburgring 1000, what that could mean for the possibility of the track coming to iRacing in the foreseeable future, if ever. And then we also got to talking about other tracks as well that we would love to see and the reasonings and things like that. But glad to have you here with us. I know you usually got some inside information on certain things, so I don't know if you've heard anything on. It doesn't have to be necessarily about that, but what the rumor stuff is around iRacing this week.
I hadn't heard anything good. anytime recently. Unfortunately, I think with them sponsoring the race, they might be able to get the Grand Prix circuit.
That's exactly what what the guys were saying, and that's what I think we would. I don't think we could get the entire uh, track. It's so huge, but the GP circuit would be fantastic. That's all we really want. That's all I would want, anyhow. I know there's.
Yeah.
I know there's a few guys out there that would want the entire track, but that
There's a
thing
lot of
is
tracks that people wanted, and then suddenly they get the track and they're like, oh, I don't like this track.
Coda.
Yeah, well, I never wanted Coda. I've always thought it was a horrible track.
I like Coda, and I like Coda, but it's terrible in the V8 Supercar. I enjoyed in open wheel cars. I think that it's fantastic in the F1.
How about it in the GT3 series last season?
I bet that was pretty fun too. I mean, you got to drive it with something with some downforce and like some serious downforce, like these open wheel cars, and that's what it was designed for. FIA track. It's built for Formula One racing, and that's exactly what it was designed for. And the F1 drivers love it, and it's fun in those cars. It just doesn't fit the V8s all well. But it's not a bad track at all. I mean, it's actually a beautiful track. It just doesn't fit our series.
I think another one is Brazil, the Interlagos circuit. Everyone's, oh, we want it. And every time there's a race there in iRacing, it's nothing but wrecks. nothing but wrecks. And then everybody's like, I hate it.
Once again, Jim, that is definitely an open wheel track, and it is legendary, of course, to Formula One, as it was for so long and still is their final race of the season. And great legendary drivers like Ayrton Senna from Brazil, and that's why it's so legendary. It means so much, and that goes back to my point about Monaco and Monza. And have you heard anything about Monza lately?
No more than you guys.
That was one of my questions earlier when you weren't here, Jim. I didn't know. I remember that iRacing had come out with the big announcement. We're getting Monza. It's going to be wonderful. We're already on the scanning process. It's already in the works. And
I
then
think they're shy about announcing stuff anymore because so many people, I think they'd learned their lesson with the Lotus 49.
Yes.
About announcing stuff.
Yeah, that iRacers go ballisto. And it really makes me mad that they jump on them. I don't know how many of you guys go into the forums a good bit. I go in there from time to time. I don't go in quite as much as I used to, but I like to go in and read things. And I know that I get so angry with, and if you're listening to this as an iRacer, you can just take this to heart because this is exactly what it's coming from me. I get so angry with the iRacers out there that give the iRacing staff so much hell over everything. It really bothers me. It's okay to critique them, and it's okay to give them your comments and your constructive criticism, but they work very hard on what they do, and we have the best sim in the world. This is the best sim, and if you don't think so, then I don't think you need to be here. But on just give them a break, and I think it's only a certain few, because most of them a lot of them out there do respect them, and they're understandable. But I mean, I've never seen, and I've only seen it a couple times. The time, like you said, with the Lotus 49, it got really bad. And then also when they did the Indy 500 redo or pulled it, that was another one. But I guess I just take the side of the iRacing staff on that one, because they do so much in this sim, and it takes a lot. I don't think a lot of people realize what it takes to build this quality of a sim. They could throw any crap out there. They could throw any junk out there, and what would happen is everybody would be so happy that they have it, and they jump in it, and the physics are bad. If it's a car or if it's a track, the track is so terrible. Yeah, it looks okay, but you go to drive it, and it feels like I won't throw another game in there, another sim in there, but it feels like one of theirs. And what is going to happen? They're going to just blow up worse than they did waiting on it. So I think that But just be patient. We all want it. It's like we're all like little kids at Christmas. We're sim racers. We absolutely love this stuff, and we get excited at the chance of it coming out. And but if it takes a little bit longer because it needs to be adjusted, then we need to respect that. And and that's all I mean by that. I think you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. I'll tell you what, I'm sorry to interrupt here, but these touring car masters are getting a bit stuck into it on TV.
Oh yeah, their V8s are back this week, and yeah, so they've got the touring cars, the old cars on at the moment.
Does anybody? Hey, JD and Jimmy, you might know what is an AMC Pacer?
All right. Yeah, an AMC. That's an old car there, bud.
That's the old Pacer is that show with the long-haired guys from the
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, yeah.
Oh right.
Wayne's World party time. All right, AMC, Corey, is American Motor Company, car company that was out. They were really big in the 70s, and they made cars like the Javelin and the Roadrunner, and of course
Good
the
muscle,
Pacer,
that's for sure.
the Gremlin. Who remembers the Gremlin?
That went the way of the Pacer.
Yeah, it was.
I think it actually might have been the Javelin I was talking about, because one of those are in this old muscle car touring car field.
Yes, and yeah, there it is. That is exactly the Wayne's World car right there. But it's not a bad. I know somebody that used to collect AMCs, and he would fix them up, and like their Roadrunners and their Javelins were good little muscle cars back in the day. I mean, they were, a lot of guys used to race them.
What was the one that used to catch fire? Wasn't the Pinto?
Yeah, that was a Ford Pinto, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was the Pinto.
Did it catch fire?
The mid-engine GM used to catch fire too.
Gotta love it.
Oh man. Pinto
Okay, here we go.
wagons.
Here we go. I got something, because I know that we'll get the post-race show to drag on a little more, but I got something. Name a car that you would love to see if you could pick any car to come on to iRacing, and I don't care if it's one that you don't think people would drive or whatever. I just want, what would you want? And I'll tell you what I would. All right, go ahead. What you want, Bones?
Oh yeah, the Tirana, the Aussie Tirana's got to be there.
What's that?
Rocky's car.
The Aussie Tirana. What's that?
Oh, it's a Bathurst legend. Back in the 70s, yeah.
Yeah, I need to learn about this because I'm not sure. Yes, who just posted this? That is a Javelin right there. Jason, yes.
I think if I had my pick, it'd be the Group C Bluebird.
The Bluebird, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Little four-door Nissan Bluebird.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. That's Corey Preston's choice. How about
If I could have any I wanted in the game, I would want some dirt modifieds or some dirt late models.
And I understand that reason, Kane. Kane's from a dirt racing family, and so I definitely understand that, Kane. And that would be extremely fun. I'll tell you mine, guys, and you'll be like, I don't see that, JD. But y'all all know I'm a big oval fan, and I would love to see the old late 80s, early 90s stock cars, or even go back as far, like when I'm talking about the old Buicks or the old Ford Thunderbirds.
Yeah, the 80s models. The
80s models.
The old Buicks.
The old Buicks, that's right.
great.
Mountain Dew on the side. I mean,
Right.
Darrell Waltrip, or give me the old NASCAR Grand National 70s models. The old ones we used to see Cale Yarborough in, Richard Petty. Those things were not nowhere near what stock cars are on this game. They would be completely different in how they handle, how they drive. Back then, it wasn't about any type of aerodynamics. It was raw horsepower and raw American muscle. And I think that a lot of the foreign drivers on here would get in those cars and have so much fun in them, they wouldn't know what to do. You have to drive them totally different than the cars that are on there today. And I just think, why can't the oval side have that classic car on there when we have classics for the open wheel boys? They have Lotus 49. They also have the Lotus 79, and then they have their modern version of their car. When in an oval world, which I have to say is the biggest part of iRacing, NASCAR is their baby. Why can't they have a classic NASCAR stock car on there? The late model is a Ford oh boy, I about messed up. A Chevy Monte Carlo, and that was a legendary NASCAR car. That was big in the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s, but it's toned down. It doesn't have the same horsepower it did when it was in the Sprint Cup Series, and that's because it's a late model, but why can't we have our classic cars? And that's what I would have. I think it'd be phenomenal to have those.
I could see that could be a big deal, actually. Throwback series in the NASCAR, that could go over very well.
I think it would be humongous. I think it would just go over so huge. I hear so many guys on iRacing just in race chats when I go into oval races talking about old NASCAR days and how much they loved it when they're growing up watching it. And, why not? I think it would be hugely successful for iRacing to do that. And a lot of the tracks that they have are tracks that, of course, they were different back then. They have been repaved, some have been reconfigured, but all the tracks that we used to have, they could even look at bringing a couple tracks in that maybe they already have, but they could do the circa of back in those days when re-release a track very simply. Or, there's so many tracks that they could add that aren't on iRacing, like the famous Wilkesboro Wilkesboro, you know what I'm talking about. It's brain fart. But the old North Carolina tracks, South Carolina tracks, and things like that, and run a classic NASCAR series. You have enough modern NASCAR tracks. Why not? Let's do it.
Yeah, but honestly, JD, I mean, they can't drive the cars right now to have aero on them. What makes you even remotely think people could drive stuff that had no aero and was just all mechanical grip?
Oh, they could drive them. They could drive
No, they
them.
can't. No,
Back,
they can't drive what they got.
Jim, back then, they used to drive those cars that didn't have aero. They drove them on short tracks.
I'm
NASCAR was
talking
born
about
on.
iRacing. Yeah, I understand the drivers could, but I mean,
I know that, but
people on
iRacing.
iRacing can't do what they got now.
But iRacing is getting better and better with their tire models. There's cars out there that used to I couldn't drive at all, and now I can get in and drive. Via example, Lotus 49. And now I think that iRacing it used to be like every car was riding on ice. It felt like that. Honestly did. It felt like it was riding on ice. Every driver that did an interview said, yes, iRacing is wonderful, but it feels like it's on ice. I heard so many real drivers say it's easier to drive a real car than it is on iRacing because you feel like you're driving on ice on iRacing. iRacing is getting better and better with their tire models, and I know there's bumps in them, but they're getting better and better, and if they get the tire models where they need to be, then they could drive a car with no aero. I'm telling you.
I disagree. I don't think they can.
That's cool, one way or the other. Well, we may find. Hopefully, we find out one day, and I would love to see it. But anyways, anybody else got anything they want to pop out there? Car they'd like to see, or before we close out, or anything?
Some of the classic Grand Am
sorry,
stuff.
keep going, Jim.
The classic Grand Am stuff, like the old Trans Am stuff.
Yeah, that was I really, as a kid, that's one of the main ones I watched. Loved it. I don't know, the late '80s Grand Am stuff.
You know what else would be really fun, guys? I know. Back to the oval side, real quick. Remember the IROC series? When you said Trans Am, you remember that?
Oh yeah, that was fun. That was my favorite. They all had the
that
same
would be
car, just different colors.
Yes, everybody had the IROC. I mean, oh, that would be so fun out there. Everybody out there in the IROCs. Oh, when you said Trans Am, it just made me think of Pontiacs, and then I thought, oh yes.
Actually, we need some sort of truck racing.
The Ute would
Oh,
be a
like
great.
the big trucks.
We
Yeah.
should get the Ute.
Yeah, the super
Ute.
trucks.
Or the. Oh, you're talking super trucks, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking the Ute would be fun, but the super trucks, man,
The
that
what?
would be.
V8 Super Utes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the big trucks, that would be something else. I would definitely buy it.
I mean, how cool would that be?
It would be fun.
It'd be interesting.
I don't know. I think we should get a poll or something. I'm gonna put a poll up or something on the forums, and I'll put our suggestions on there, and we'll just see what the iRacers pick.
Formula truck racing at Bathurst. You heard it here first.
That's right, on the Get Dirty MX post race show. Well, guys, it's been a fun week. Enjoyed all your comments, and it's always fun talking to you guys. Unless you guys have anything else, I'm going to go ahead and close out the show. Go ahead, Bones.
Yeah, just before you go, the real life V8s are back this week, and close your ears if you don't want to hear the qualifying.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm
The
going to have
first two
to.
races, you put your ears in, fingers in your ears, go la la la. Yeah, Wincup's got the pole for the first race, and now Scotty McLaughlin's got the pole for the second race. He's got a lot of poles in the Volvo this year, so he might even be watching this show. He's a big eye racer, so yeah, well done again, Scotty.
All right, I popped out so that he wouldn't be able to hear it there, buddy. Good deal. Do you know what I do, Bones? Because I don't get the races over here, and what I do is, yes, it makes me.
Cable?
Well, no. I guess it makes me cheap is that I'll wait till the end of the season and they do a deal for $9.99. I can watch every V8 Supercar race in its entirety, and I get it as soon as the NASCAR season ends, and I'll watch them religiously for 2 months straight until NASCAR comes back. And it's just V8 Supercar mania for me for the month of December and January. And I did it last year, and it was so fun to be able to watch a new race almost every night. Or, every week I'd have a new race to watch. I'd usually get about 2 or 3 in a week. And it was amazing because right now I have NASCAR going on, I have IndyCar going on, and I also have what's fixing to be football season. And let me tell you something, boys. It just gets to be where I couldn't enjoy the V8 races if I tried. I even have trouble watching the NASCAR races sometimes with work and everything. I have to DVR them and watch them. But next time I won't be here with you boys next week as far as a broadcaster, but I will be here as a guest. I'm trying to get hooked up. I'll be via TeamSpeak on the mobile phone, as they say in England. I'll be at Atlanta Motor Speedway next week for the NASCAR race in person, and I'll try to bring some audio to you guys as well as some pictures for the broadcast of what's going on in Atlanta next weekend, as well as some video footage that I'll send Kane, and hopefully he can put on the broadcast for you boys to see, and we'll see how that goes. It'll kind of be interesting because I'm sure I'll be having quite a good time down there, but I'm going to try to get some behind-the-scenes footage at Atlanta if I can, try to be sneaky.
Sounds good. Have fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good time, and so I'm looking forward to it because I will be heading down there on Friday morning, and there's so when I come to you guys, it'll be actually about the time that I'll be finishing up qualifying, so I'll be able to talk to you about what happened on qualifying and kind of the atmosphere and what's all going on. It'll be really fun.
Oh, well, enjoy. We'll look forward to that.
Yeah, buddy, be a good time. You know me, I get really excited. I get to go see my NASCAR races and go Jeff Gordon, man. He's been extremely hot, so I'm hoping he can keep it going. Well, guys, I think that's it for this week in V8 Supercar Americas. Don't miss the race tomorrow, or I call it tomorrow. It's about 28 hours from now. It's actually going to be the it's about 28 hours from now. Exactly. About 28, we'll say 28 to 29 hours because it's that adds up. Anyways, the V8 Supercars online premiere series will be coming to you live, guys, live this time. Promise. From Watkins Glen. Do not miss it. If not, I will miss you guys next week. I'll be here, but I won't be here as a broadcaster. as it will be too hard for me to get the race to broadcast. So, but I will be wanting to hear of how everybody does. I'll miss you boys as far as broadcasting, but I'll be here to talk about all kind of fun stuff. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and we'll be back next week as we come to you live from Watkins Glen. Y'all have a good night.
Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.